Later, let this place be like a circle that we have been having in our peacekeepers. And each honor each other's words and respectful. For all of us be respectful in the things that we do from day in. And our young ones, watch over them. The ones that we have lost. Have mercy on them, and may that we get on top of this. This is getting too bad for our people. And I again talk to our young ones as you have families to try to prevent some of these things that are happening. They're bad. And thank you, Creator, for letting me be here this day, and the rest of us. I'm gonna catch you out of here.
Thank you, Ducky.
Before we begin, just a quick review of the agenda. Carlene has asked to spend 5 minutes going over her new role. Teresa Bissett will be presenting on the ASSIST program.
On suicide prevention.
Suicide prevention, which and behavioral health, which is actually should be something like Ducky says. It should be a priority for all of us right now. Is to join arms and embrace all the helpers, and our community needs to get in and do whatever we need to do to help, intervene in this crisis. It's an epidemic right now. Then we have Francis Somday, our executive director, is here. I'm glad that he's here. He's the first one here. He's the boss. He's the boss and couldn't get in the building. Then we'll have a 1% update today on the community development dollars for our committee. Then we're going to have other. And before we begin, I do want to. We don't get to do this enough, and that is those of you who have brought food, and always Mandy, you've always brought food, and I want to thank you for volunteering that. Maybe what we could do from now on is maybe pass around a hat to kind of help out with that, because it's you're always there and doing that. We appreciate it very much. And thank Jackie for the prayer. You've always stepped up and opened with prayer, and we're very grateful for that. Maybe what we'll do is go around and do, because it's a small group, do introductions so everybody knows who everybody is. And
Carlene Anderson. I'm a research assistant for the Health Coalition.
I'm Elizabeth McCartney. I'm retired and working with the Peacemakers, and never been so busy in all my life. Sandra Covington, Omak District. Just retired and doing whatever I want to do.
Welcome, Mitzi.
You want to come to Peacemakers with us?
Please. It won't be very peaceful if I get in there.
We're doing introductions.
Huh?
We're doing introductions. We're just saying our names.
Oh, I'm Itzy Woodward from Omak.
I'm Benny Marchand, Black District Council. I think I know almost everyone in here. Glad you guys took time out of your life to be here. Sorry we're in this building. There must have been miscommunication.
Oh, you already started, cool.
Francis Sonde, Executive Director, and thank you all for inviting me tonight.
Teresa Bissett, National Helper for Omak Travel Health. Marcy Granyak, I'm the travel psychologist, work for Behavioral Health Program.
Priscilla Hone, mental health professional with the Omak Behavioral Health Program.
Deb Arroyo from Omak with the Caldwell Tribal Behavioral Health Program.
Ron Freeland, Senior, Peacemakers. Also, I'm involved in teaching kids to dance at Pascal Sherman. I'm glad I'm here. I'm tired out for 2 days in a row. I appreciate Benny and John. They really did good work over there. I was really impressed with John, the words he had to say. I had never heard too much better words from one individual speaking in kids' behalf. It was super. Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
And just so people know, John is on his way, but his daughter needs to be picked up at 6 o'clock from soccer. So, he's doing what he needs to do. Yeah. He's been spending all day speaking. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to introduce myself? Oh, I'm not even on the camera. Okay, but
Turn it towards you.
well, I don't know if I can see me if I'm on there. Mandy Carson, one behind the camera, and I'm here to record and take notes and ask questions.
Cool. So you're on, Carmen.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. I'm here tonight to talk to you about a project that has been a long time coming and has been a long time needed for our people. And I'm so excited about it. I signed a contract last week to be a research assistant for the Health Coalition, and the Health Coalition is part of the tribe. And what we are endeavoring to do in the next 3-4 months is to do a comprehensive survey of our health needs on this reservation. And we're doing it ourselves. We're not depending on the census anymore. We're not depending on Bureau of Vital Statistics or the Center for Disease Control. We want a picture of what our health needs are. And that goes from birth to death. And we're talking about people with mental illness who have suicidal ideation. We're talking about teens and drug use and the whole gamut, from your teeth to your toes. And we're giving incentives. We're trying to get donations from everybody so that we, in December, we'll have a ticket drawing and we'll have good prizes to give out to people who have filled out the survey. And I know probably, just like my Aunt Itzy and Liz know, how many times we've been surveyed. And I know our people are probably sick and tired of it, but this time we're doing it. Our own people are doing it. And the benefit to all of us will be so great because we will be able to see what is really going on health-wise on our reservation. And I don't know whether very many reservations have taken that inward look to really find out what's going on. So I see this as an opportunity for all of us to make our whole home and our reservation better. So we will be at the general meeting on the 12th of October. We will be doing surveys there. We will be going home to home on the reservation. And we ask that you let us into your home so that we can make our reservation better. And we know it's a challenge. We're hoping we can get 1,000 surveys back. If we get 1,000 surveys back, we will have, 1% of our population. And that would be a wonderful, wonderful return. And it would have validity, and we're not going to do the statistical analysis. We have a contractor that will do that for us, because I can barely do my checkbook. So
You have Mary Lindenblatt, though.
yeah, we do.
She's a statistician, and she's
Very,
an economist.
very
She's
good.
Awesome.
But, and I was gonna talk about her next because there are two of us. There's myself, and then there's Mary Lindenblatt Fry. And she couldn't be here tonight because she's getting ready to fly off to Europe for a wedding. London! And she won't be back for a week or so. But I have found Mary, and I'm sure every one of you will find Mary to be a very pleasant and delightful person to work with. She's full of energy, she's smart, and she's just a very, very pleasant person to be around. And I wish you were here tonight so I could introduce her, but next month I will bring her to the district meeting so that we can introduce her and you'll know her face. So please, ask your constituents and ask your friends and relatives to please open their doors so that we can get the information that will better the health of our own people. And like I said, I'm really excited about it. The Health Coalition is really excited about it. I think the council is excited about it. And I think the administration is as well. So thank you very much for your few minutes, and that's all I have to say for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Question?
Yeah, I have a question for you. The surveys that you do in the home, are they going to be geared just for adults, or are you gearing them to youth too as well?
We have,
Separate ones?
we don't have separate ones, but our instrument right now is looking at about 11 pages long, and it has a lot of information that we ask about teens, you know, your medical care, you know, pharmacy care, your, what have you been diagnosed with? And it is all anonymous. None of this, your names will be used. But there are questions in there where we try to tease out the information on teens. And we're going to all of the programs, excuse me. I met with enrollment today, I met with TANF today, I met with the police department the other day, and we're getting all of the statistics that they have so we can weave that information into our survey information.
Are you going to try to work with CIHA and maybe work through the housing so that you could do the surveys through the housing?
We probably will. We're, you know, if you have programs where you go out and meet people, what we'd ask you to do is come in and meet with us. We're right now working out of the diabetes program. And we have a special numbering system so that you can get into the numbering system and that all remains anonymous. So that we know who has filled out a survey, but there's only 3 or 4 of us that know that information.
Okay,
Becky had a question.
yeah,
Oh.
Becky had a question.
Will your study include transportation and all aspects of it, everything?
It'll have transportation, it has, you know, what kind of needs do you have? Can you get to shopping? Can you get to fresh food? You know, how many fresh foods do you eat a week? Oh my gosh, I should have brought the survey in, the draft survey in. But we have 11 pages of information that we're asking. And we are asking for information on STDs, HIV, AIDS. We're trying to be very respectful to everybody, but we need that information to better serve our people and for our leaders to serve our people.
Lana has her hand up too.
Lana?
You wanted about 1,000 surveys back. Is that across the res or just on right here in Omak?
Oh, it's across
Or
the
district.
res. It's all the reservation, within the reservation boundaries.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
What about that will not include the people off the reservation?
Not at this point. We're looking mainly at the people who are here
Living on
and
the
tribal
reservation?
members.
Okay.
Right, that's our focus.
Is there a certain boundary that's like, say, if you're half a mile or a mile from the border of the reservation?
We talked about that a little bit today. And we know that housing is an issue for a lot of districts and they have to move off. And I don't think a decision was really made, and maybe that's something that we need to look to the council for direction on. But the challenge of getting to 1,000 people within our reservation bounds is a challenge in itself. And if we need to go out to the outlying areas, then the council is the one that needs to decide whether they want to expend monies for that.
I'm gonna ask this question before Francis does. Does this include the north half?
Go ahead, Lana, and then Marcy.
What about people that, you know, like, I have some friends in Brewster that are natives, but they can't get a place on a res. They live in Brewster. Would they count?
And I think
Would
that's
you
it.
survey?
If they come like to the general membership meeting or something like that, or else they contact us, we can go and try to get to them to get the information.
Well, that's the way I am. I'm off the reservation by just not very far. Cross the bridge. Yeah,
You know,
like
any further than that, I think that we need further direction from the council. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So this is a very good point, because I think in the survey, you really do need to account for other Native Americans who may be living in the community, because that's what targets the IHS dollars. Because we now have to serve anyone who's Native American in our communities, as long as they can prove that they're a member of a federally recognized tribe. So if we do that, that also reduces the available funds for Colville tribal members. So it kind of has to be worked into the system so we know, what we're really looking at.
And we have that on the questionnaire.
Okay, I'm
Looking at
gonna,
other Indians.
I'm gonna make sure Marcy had her hand up here for a while, so.
When you're looking at the households, I'm just thinking of legally, children over the age of 13 can go get their own medical care, and if that's put in with the parents, then it may be the parents answering for the children, and we might be missing information that we can get directly from the children. So I'm just wondering, have you thought about utilizing Pascal Sherman and some of the schools that have nurses to maybe get some of our members that are here on the reservation, because you have, a capitated population right there, to be able to try to get some results back.
We're trying not to skew the statistics. So we're trying to do a broad-based survey gathering. And I will tell you that we are talking to the schools. In fact, Mary has already started talking with the schools. We're also working with the attendance program. I've asked for statistics from the police department. IHS, I have a whole list of things that we're asking from IHS. I really think that we want to get as broad a photo as we can get. And, your ideas, especially about the 13-year-olds, now I wasn't aware of that. But it's something that I may want, I probably will mention to our contractors to see how they want to include that in there.
Liz?
I was just gonna mention that, if you're gonna go off the reservation, which is fine if you can get the outlining areas, but on the reservation, you still have trust land and a lot, and so you're gonna, the ones that aren't on trust land, you'll still interview them.
We want a broad base, as I stated. We want a large array of ages of people that we talk to. If we have 15-year-old households, we want to talk to them. We want to talk to 80-year-old households and all of the people.
He missed the part.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What we're trying to do, Edwin, is that we have developed an instrument that we're working on and is being finalized right now to do a comprehensive survey of health needs of our people on the reservation. That's what we're doing. And we're getting information from programs, we're getting information from the schools, from IHS, from TANF, mental health or behavioral health. We're doing the whole gamut. And what we hope to have, our end goal is to have a wide scope picture of what our health needs are here for our people.
Okay, just to summarize before we move on, because we want to let Teresa get on with her presentation. This is, you said you were coming to the general membership meeting. It would be really good to have you come to our next Health and Human Service Committee and present with the Health Coalition. But the health piece needs to also include the Head Start, the WIC, those programs that actually are tracking a lot of the health. Another area right now, since we've been dealing with the suicides and getting data out there, is that the hospitals are actually saying, what is the tribe doing with all these babies that are being born and taken away from their mothers because they're born with opiate in their systems? That's a problem, and it's not anywhere. And those mothers are not getting prenatal care because they don't want to have a drug test. So these babies are being born with the drugs and having withdrawals, and some of them are being flown out to Spokane to Sacred Heart. And I mean, it's a real serious. Those are our future. That's our future tribal membership. And we have to remember from conception on, we have to be concerned about their health data. So that's all I have to say.
I'd like to say something. The reason I come to this meeting is I figured that you're gonna be talking about this. As you know, I've been really into the IHS referral procedure, and I'm working with 6 senators right now, because there is loopholes so bad in our system that where you got, once you lose control of your tribal members here, which you're supposed to have control by IHS, which is quality control and quality assurance, but they're not taking care of it. They're not updating your procedure. So once it gets dumped off over there in the hospital clinics over in Spokane, then these guys run amok with these procedures. And they end up billing a lot of tribal members excessively when one procedure take care. I'm in that situation right now. They even quit talking to me, and I got a bad heart problem. And all they need to do is take me over and do the damn valve procedure, and I'd be okay. But due to the fact I've stuck my nose into this thing now and really got into their procedures and challenged those people over there, their technicians and the doctors that are doing these things to us, it's not just me. I talk to so damn many tribal members that get stuck with these damn bills, and they don't even know where they come from.
We have a question on the survey for that information.
Well, that's what I'm into right now, and I'm working with these senators, and I'll eventually turn that over to Lynn when I get done with it, okay?
I appreciate all that work that you're doing too, because I think it's really important. Thank you. All right, Teresa, let's get to the meat of
Can
the.
I just give my phone number?
Oh, would you make sure you get information into the Tribal Tribune, because
Oh,
actually this
okay.
needs to be totally public.
Okay.
We actually need to do a public announcement on the
Right.
purpose of what the survey is gonna be, the methodology, that it's gonna be anonymous.
Just soda, sorry.
Okay, we'll do
Yeah.
it. Well, I know, I think Allison's. Broadcast, but it-
I'm gonna take something, I need to belch.
And I said, we're probably gonna miss it. Good. Or some easy way to.
But she